Hello, welcome back to these series why questions. So, of course, today's question, as you can see from these pictures, why do people have more hair? Why do some people have more hair, I should say? So, specifically, why do different hair colors have more or less hair? One of my students asked me. This is quite interesting. I didn't know until I researched this that actually blondes have the most hair. The average, I should say, first, the average. The hair comes from these follicles at the bottom. These follicles, these little tubes that push out the hair. So blondes actually also average people have 100,000 hair follicles. So they produce 100,000 hairs, give or take. So blondes actually produce the most hair at 150,000 follicles. So 50% more than the average. Whereas redheads, for example, if you ever met a redhead or had a redheaded classmate, they produce 90,000 follicles, so 10% less than the average. And brown hair and black hair, which is the most common everywhere. If you can't tell now, but I used to have, oh, sorry, that's my school bell. But I used to have light brown hair. So brown hair and black hair have 110,000 follicles. So let's see, sorry. So yes, so 110,000 follicles. So there's a few reasons why they have more, and it's interesting. It affects actually their texture as well. So again, blondes have the most at 150,000, and redheads have the least at 90,000, and kind of in the middle are brown hair and black hair people. So comment below which hair you have. So it's interesting. So I researched this melanin, of course, it's what produces your color of your hair. They call hues or the color. So if I can pronounce this correctly, pheomelanin produces yellow and red hues, where eumelanin produces brown or black hues. So those different chemicals that produce, I should say proteins, those different proteins that produce the different hair colors change your texture. So this is very interesting, which I didn't know until I researched this, that redheads have the least hair, but their hair is the thickest. That's when you see a redheaded person, like in these pictures, like the redheaded people look more like here. In this one, you have a blonde, like on the top left here, dark hair and a blonde hair, and so black hair and blonde hair and a redhead. The redhead looks like they have more hair because of the fact that it's thicker. So they have actually less hair total, less hair follicles, so less hair total, but they have thicker hair. Blondes, however, have 50% more hair, 150,000 hairs, but each hair is actually thinner. Some reason they don't know why this happened over natural selection, but some reason they think is, especially North countries have more blonde people because the sun is not as bright there. So the blonde hair will reflect the bright light of the sun better. So wherein if you're not in a if you have sun all the time, you don't need to have that. So you can have darker hair, for example. But they're not exactly sure why. But the more you know. Thanks for asking the question. If you have any questions yourself, please feel free to put it in the comments here. We love to get questions from all of our people viewing these. Thanks again, and see you in the next video. See you. Take care.